What's up, travellers? Welcome back to the channel. AJ Aviation HQ for another video here on the channel. This is the model review of the United Airlines Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner by NG Models. But before we go any further into the video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, as it would help me out in the long run. And of course, if you are new to the channel of AJ Aviation HQ, welcome. If you do like the content of model plane reviews, airport updates, unboxings and other great stuff, including the hobby of model collecting, go ahead and subscribe to the channel below. Also, dim that bell icon next to the subscribe button for notifications for future content on the channel. Coming very soon is another airport update, number 18 to the channel, so do stick around for that. Before we go any further into the video, in terms of showcasing the box you can see in front of you, I'm going to read out some information about United Airlines as an airline, and some information about the aircraft as well, and a little bit of history of the operator. United Airlines is a major American carrier headquartered at the Willis Tower in Chicago, Illinois, and was founded on April 6, 1926, while commencing operations on March 28, 1931. United Airlines operates an extensive domestic and international route network spanning across the United States and all 6 continents around the world. When measured by fleet size and the number of routes, United Airlines is the 3rd largest airline in the world, behind Ryanair and fellow US competitor American Airlines. According to planespotters.net, United Airlines has an aircraft fleet consisting of 855 aircraft, including 64 Boeing 787 Dreamliners, which makes up 10 Boeing 787-8s, 38 787-9s, and 14 of the longer 787-10s. But the further 7 787-10s to be delivered very soon in the future. United Airlines was the first airline to operate all 3 787 variants, that of course being the Dash 8, the Dash 9 and the Dash 10. Of course, Singapore Airlines did receive their first Dash 10 a few years ago now, and of course alongside their subsidiary Scoot, they were the first airline, including a subsidiary, to have all 3 variants of the 787, but of course, as just mentioned, United Airlines was the first solely owned airline to operate all 3 of the variants. So going into some information about this aircraft now. This aircraft's MSN number is 40931. This aircraft's line number is 996, which means this aircraft was the 996 787 Corolla at Boeing. This aircraft is a Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner, which is, of course, as just mentioned, the longest variant of the 787 family. Of course, we have the Dash 9, which is the more proportionate in the middle. The Dash 8 is the shortest variant, and of course the Dash 10 is the longest. This aircraft here was performed its first flight on March the 31st of the year 2020. As of today, this aircraft is 2.6 years old. And this aircraft was built and produced at Charleston in South Carolina. And this aircraft is currently active, which means that this aircraft is on the network of United Airlines. The registration of the aircraft that we're looking at today, is stated on the box, is November 13013, or for those that aren't familiar with the phonetic alphabet, it would be N13013. This aircraft is a Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner, as mentioned, and was delivered to United Airlines on April the 10th of the year 2020. This aircraft here is equipped with 2 General Electric Gen X-1 Bravo engines, and was ferried between Charleston and Washington Dulles on April the 11th of the year 2020 on its delivery flight. So that's some information out of the way, so let's go ahead and look at this beautiful looking box. Doesn't it look absolutely gorgeous? I do like how NG Models has incorporated the globe on this side, and of course the somewhat gradient on this side, as you can see on the tail fin. You can see the dots on the tail fin there, looking absolutely gorgeous indeed. Of course, I have done the model review of the United Airlines 787-9 Dreamliner, I believe. Go ahead and check out the top right corner right about now to be led to that model review. But of course, on the top of the box, we have the Boeing trademark titles for the 787 Dreamliner in their Boeing font. I do like how they've put the black outline around each of the digits there, looking very cool. Here we have the stunning Evo Blue livery on the 787-10, but dirty on the box there. I don't think that's the NG model's fault, but looking absolutely gorgeous indeed, this livery. I do love how they incorporated the Dreamliner wave on the livery. Not too much of a fan of the color blue, but I mean, this livery does it dividends. Here we have the United typeface logo, and underneath that is November 13013, of course that being the registration. And below that we have the license for Boeing and their 787. And on this side we have the NG Models logo on the top, and below that we have the scale of the aircraft, 1:400 scale and die-cast metal. On the bottom panel we have some more wonderful components. We have the Dreamliner writing there. We have the NG Models logo in blue. In the middle we have the 787-10 in the United Evo Blue livery. And then we have the registration again, November 13013. And down here we have the barcode number with the item number 56011. Here we have this side of the box. We have the Boeing 787 Dreamliner titles. On the top there we have the blue outline, the light blue, sky blue outline of the United logo there. We have the white NG Models logo, and then down here we have the details of the scale, 1:400 scale and die-cast metal. On the top panel is pretty much identical to the other side in terms of the components. The only difference is the background of the panel here. And on the back of the panel we have the NG Models logo on the top here. The 2D rendering of the Evo Blue 787-10 United livery, very cool indeed. Here we have the social handles of NG Models, their Facebook and their Instagram, of course their website as well. The official license for Boeing and their 787, the barcode again. We have the warning information here, and of course this aircraft is made in China. Of course NG Models is based in China. I think they're based in Guangzhou, where China Southern is based in. I have done the model review of the China Southern A350, I believe. Go ahead and check out the top right corner right about now, leading you to that video. And yeah, that will do it for the first part of the video, the showcasing of the box and the reading out of the aircraft and the airline information. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the model. And here is the absolutely stunning Evo Blue United Airlines 787-10 by NG Models, looking absolutely stunning indeed. In this portion of the video I'm going to be showcasing the model up close to the camera, giving you some nice up close imagery of the details on this model. Along the way, going to give you some information about the aircraft's components, including the nose cone and of course the pitot tubes, etc. So let's go ahead, dive in straight into the model review. Zooming up close to the camera first and foremost, and picking up the aircraft. Now in the middle of the shot we can just make out how beautifully done the nose of the Dreamliner is done, nicely curved. And of course in the middle of the shot is where the nose cone is. Inside the nose cone is the weather radar. Now that has the purpose to detect storms along the flight path, to give the pilots a visual indication of the rainfall intensity and the possibility of turbulence. This enables the crew to navigate around any potential hazardous areas of the flight plan that they have assigned for their flight. Moving along, here we have the very nicely done cockpit windows of the 787. Of course, the 787 is quite famous in how they've reduced the number of window panels or window panes on the inside the cockpit. And here, of course, is the window wipers as well. In the middle of the cockpit window and the L1 boarding door, we can see the Star Alliance logo. Now, United Airlines was one of the founding members of the Star Alliance on May the 14th, 1997, alongside Air Canada, Thai Airways International, Lufthansa, and Scandinavian Airlines. Very nice indeed. Star Alliance is one of my favourite alliances. Of course, that is probably got to be my favourite alliance overall. Of course, my national carrier in New Zealand is a member of Star Alliance, and my favourite airline overall, Singapore Airlines, is also in Star Alliance, so it just makes sense for that alliance to be the favourite. But my favourite alliance overall in terms of livery is SkyTeam. I do like how they have their own special livery. Here we have the slogan of United Airlines, connecting people, uniting the world, in the United Blue colours there. And in the shot at the moment is the pitot tube. Now that is used to measure the fluid flow velocity of the flight, and below that, or in the middle of the shot just there, below the slogan, is the angle of attack sensor, otherwise known as the AOA sensor as well. That offers a visual indication of the amount of lift the wings are generating at a given airspeed or angle of bank. Very cool. Here we have the nose gear door, with 1013 and the word ETOPS on it as well, and to the right of the red line you can see on the nose gear door as well, we can see the 787-10 titles there to identify that this is a Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner to anyone who is on the ground near the nose gear. And of course here is the nose gear is in general. Very cool. Moving down, we have the very large blue billboard tunnels of United Airlines. Very gorgeous indeed. And below here, we just making out, we can see the pitot system. Now that is used to determine an aircraft's airspeed, Mach number, altitude, and altitude trends. So that is very important in the event of a flight. Here we have on the top of the aircraft, just here we can make out the first antenna on the aircraft, and beside that we can make out the SATCOM, the Wi-Fi dome that is used to provide everyone with the in-flight entertainment you can see on board each aircraft behind each seat. Here we have the L2 boarding door. That is the main boarding door on the 787-10 or on any aircraft that has an L2 boarding door, I suppose, any of the wide bodies that is. Very cool indeed. In the middle of the shot you can just make out, if I'm able to focus on it again, just there is the landing light, the wing light, and of course we can see the fairing there, the joining of the wing and the fuselage. Here we have the blue number 1 engine of the Boeing 787-10. This is the Gen X1 Bravo engine. Very nice indeed. I do like how the Evo Blue livery has this engine in the colour blue, looking very cool. As mentioned, blue is not my favourite colour. Red would be my favourite colour, so I do hope NG Models comes out with a red Hainan 787-9, as I would get that just because it's a red Dreamliner. And here we have the exhaust as well. Here we have the up-close view of the landing gear, this size landing gear that is, and as you can see they do roll quite freely. There is the other side. I will show you that landing gear in a moment. Here are some nicely detailed flaps and the slats, very beautiful indeed. And then we get to one of my favourite parts of the Dreamliner, because everyone should know by now that the Dreamliner is my favourite aircraft in general, family wise and of course aircraft wise. The Dash 9 Dreamliner is my favourite variant of the Dreamliner family. Of course my national carrier in New Zealand was the launch customer of the 787-9. They also have, I think, 8, maybe 6 or 8 of the Dash 10s on order, so I cannot wait until they come out with some of them. So I will be getting the Black Beauty livery on the Dash 10, and of course I will get the black and white livery as well. Hopefully they come out with the retro livery on the Dash 10 as well, and of course maybe a Star Alliance livery as well. That might be cool. But of course here we have the raked wingtip of the 787's wing. Nicely swept back wing, as you can see. The amount of wing flex that the 787 is able to generate on takeoff is quite out of this world. As you can see, the wing, sorry if I can just focus on it. You can just make out how swept back that is. Looking very, very nice indeed. Here we have in the middle of the shot, just focus on it for you, there is the L3 door that is used in the event of in the event of emergencies. Moving down, we can see the registration just here, November 13013 in the blue font. Next to that we have the American flag. Below the cabin windows we can make out the blue crescent logo of the Dreamliner. Very cool. And there on the bottom we can see the antenna. Very, very nice indeed. If you can hear any of the traffic noise in the background, just do know that I do live on the main highway of the country, so that's possibly why you can hear any of the traffic noise. On the top of the model here we can make out some antennas there, and there we have the L4 door that is used in the event of boarding and disembarking on the apron of an airfield. Here we have a little baggage hold just here. Very cool, and there is 1013 again on the aircraft. Is this there? I think 1013 is the fleet number as well of this aircraft. Here we have the beautiful tail fin of the Evo Blue livery. If I'm able to just zoom out just a little bit, and so I can focus on the tail fin. Very cool. I do like this livery a lot. It is much better than the post-merger livery of Continental and United Airlines. I do like how United Airlines have their own livery now, their own bit of history. As you can see, there is the gradient you can saw on the box design, and there is the Evo Blue globe logo there, looking absolutely gorgeous indeed. Here we have this side's elevator. You can see there's the other one on the other side. In the middle of the shot is the logo light, or the tail light, that is used to light up the tail fin during night operations to give a visual indication to any pilots around the airfield, and of course the anyone who is in the ATC tower, to give an indication of who the operator of the aircraft is. In this case it would be United Airlines. And it could also be used as a marketing tool to anyone within or around an airfield, to maybe to advertise to them to maybe they should try and fly, or have a look and see what the product is of a United Airlines aircraft. And at the rear of the aircraft, just here, is the auxiliary power unit, otherwise abbreviated as the APU. Let's have a brief look at the other side of the aircraft, all the differences on this side. Of course, this side is the right-hand side, so this door here is the R1 door. Otherwise, on the other side, it would be the L1 door. Of course, the letter R is representing the word right, and L is left. So that's the left-hand side, this side, and this side is the right side. Here is the emergency escape hatch for the cockpit that is used in the event of emergencies by the pilots or any of the flight crew. Here is the Star Alliance logo again, and the slogan, connecting people, uniting the world. Moving down, here we have the forward baggage compartment just here. Looking very nice indeed. There is the pedostatic system again. Here is the number 2 engine, the Gen X-1 Bravo engine on this side of the aircraft. Moving down the wing, we can see the green navigation light, other side is red. And there is the raked wingtip again. Underneath here, we can just make out the ram air turbine, where the ram air turbine would be located, otherwise known as the RAT. that is used in the event of testing, and of course an emergency as well if one of the engines go down. Here we have this side's landing gear, looking very nice indeed. As you can see, it does roll as well. Here we have the rear baggage compartment on this aircraft, and there is an antenna on the bottom of the fuselage as well. And here is the very stunning looking Evo Blue tail fin. Looking at the bottom of the aircraft momentarily, here we have at the front of the aircraft, we can make out the titles of these Boeing 787-10. I do like how all of the United aircraft have this sort of detail. It's a bit like Delta Airlines, how they have the aircraft type titled at the front of the aircraft underneath the nose. Here we have the nose gear doors. That is where the nose gear would retract into when the aircraft gears are being retracted. Nicely detailed belly here. There is the beacon light on the bottom of the aircraft. Note how there wasn't any beacon lights on the top of the fuselage. I will show you that just in a moment. Here is the stand hole and where the landing gear doors are. There is the ram air turbine and a better display. Here is the bottom of the engine here and the bottom of the flaps and the slats on the wing. Let's have a brief look at the other wing, if I can get it into the shot. Looking very cool indeed. Wasn't able to show you the nice view, but here we go. That is a better view. Very, very cool. Here we have the bottom antenna again and the rear baggage compartment, and at the end of the aircraft we can make out the entryway of the APU. Just showing that this aircraft does not have a beacon light on the top of the aircraft. That is where it would be. Of course, the Dreamliner is known to have a very bright red beacon light, and of course the very bright white strobe lights on the rear of the aircraft, which will be located just about there in the middle of the shot. And of course the strobe lights on the end of the wing, which of course there is no strobe lights on this model. So that will do it for the main part of the video, the model review of the United Airlines Boeing 787-10 wearing this ever so gorgeous Evo Blue livery. Do let me know if you enjoyed the video in the comment section below. Let me know what you enjoyed specifically. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you saw. If you did enjoy what you saw, go ahead and subscribe to the channel below, and also ding that bell icon next to the subscribe button to be notified when future content goes out on the channel. If you're wanting to go ahead and check out my other social links below in the description below, there is Instagram, there is Facebook, there is Twitter, there is the website's link as well, and coming soon to the social realm will be the Patreon account. And of course I am part of a Discord server, the Global Aviation Alliance. If you want to come along and join that and join me and another great bunch of advocates, what we do on there, we talk about everything aviation, models, aircraft, favourite airlines, favourite plane spotting adventures, flight simulator experiences as well. Everything aviation, you want to talk about that, go ahead and join that. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to go and join the Global Aviation Alliance, and I'll pass you on to one of the admins. Of course, Instagram is where I am most active in terms of showcasing the images of my model collection, and of course the ins and outs of the networking in terms of announcing new services, the announcement of ending of services that are ending, and of course the updates in terms of everything else in terms of social media, the website, the upcoming Patreon account, and of course other things like that. And of course I do host live streams on there as well. Other Instagram accounts that will be below the airport account, of course, is the Infinite Flight page, and of course the plane spotting page, and of course the livery designs as well. The airport's website is in the description below as well. If you want to go ahead and check that out via the links below, go ahead and check it out via a PC or a laptop to get the utmost professional viewing of the website. And of course, coming soon to the social realm will be my Patreon account for Ashley Productions. That is where you could potentially help me out and support the channel even further moving on into the future, as I do have many projects coming up and plans for this channel, and of course my Instagram as well, including the expansion of this model airport and hopefully a new setup for the channel as well. So that will be coming soon to the social realm, and I will be updating you guys about when that will be launching, coming soon in an Instagram post. So do go ahead and check out the first link in the description below, showcasing when that post will be up. So that would do it for today's video, the unboxing of the United Airlines Boeing 787-10 wearing this beautiful Evo Blue livery by NT Models. If you did enjoy what you saw, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up as mentioned. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Then that bell icon for future content on the channel. Share this video to your friends or anyone who may be interested in this video, and of course the channel as well. And hopefully we can get some more support going on in the channel. Soon enough, on the left hand side will be the most recent video on the channel. On the right hand side will be the full playlist of model reviews I've done so far on the channel. In the middle is where you can subscribe. But until next time guys, fly safe, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.